As I said, we want to skip all the introductory part, and I will skip how actually to set up shop in Europe, since your audience is more advanced. So I will try to give some practical tips. So content, number one, super important. That's the first tips that I can give. Video as well. If you're able to put localized translation in the videos, that will definitely help. The same in the images. Of course, I mean, you have to have a great listing, optimize. Keyword research has to be done in each country, and sometimes a keywords that rank in number one position in Germany, let's say, does the same in France. So you have to do separate keyword research and understand that shoppers look for different keywords in different marketplaces. That's the first. That's the second. One thing I forgot to mention about the content is that there are differences between people in the different countries, between, let's say, Germany and Spain. Usually German listings are more about features and less about benefits, because Germans are more strict. So you have to be more specific in what you're selling, while in Spain, maybe you can talk more about benefits and other things. So that's another important to stress. And of course, a native speaker will be able to better localize your listing, definitely.
Definitely, that's a really good advice. Like, we can only learn this from experience, so nobody can just come in and give these tips. So that's a really valuable advice that we can only get from the experience, the sort of experience that you guys have.
Exactly. That's very important. And trust me, there are some subtle differences that if you sum them, then they really make a big difference, compounded, right? So
for sure, and they're not costing you a lot of money. It does not cost $1,000 to translate a listing. So obviously that they don't cost a lot of money, and in the end, they're gonna save you a huge chunk of money. So
exactly. So that's in terms of content. Of course, we have to remember that we can share reviews across marketplaces, so that's good. Although if I am French and I'm reading a review in Italian, right, it's not going to make a lot of sense. So it's still important to get local reviews, because people still want to read in their own language. When launching, we have sometimes similar strategies. Other time we have to use different strategies across different marketplaces, just because the competition is different. Maybe in one country you have 5 great direct competitors, in another you have 1 or 2, right? So you really have to study the competition well in each market to understand what is the best strategy in terms of launching and PPC. Of course, as I said, the strategy is not going to be that different, but the application of the strategy is going to be different in terms of bidding, in terms of budget as well, and in terms of which product to give priority. It's very important for us to monitor the performance at the SKU level, right? And since you have 5 countries, then you have to do that for each country. And as I said, there are products that don't perform so well while they're doing well in another country. So it's important to have that taken care of.